Hey, what's up, y'all? And welcome back to the podcast. And today we're going to be talking about political parties based on the video that I had a few days ago. I want to go a little deeper into that topic or concept. Okay, so first of all, a political party is a group of political office holders, candidates, activists, and voters who identify with a group name and platform and seek to elect to office those who share their identity. Now, I'm not talking about like physical, I'm talking about like same policies they shared as a whole. Okay, and although party members are diverse and not always of one mind, a party shares the common goal of coming together to get its candidates elected to office, which is kind of basically what I explained just now. And now we have the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee are the committees that run the Democratic and Republican parties, respectively. The National Party chair is the committee's top office that are formally elected by the National Committee but selected by the presidential candidate. Chairs play a major role in running the national campaign and planning the presidential nominating convention, and after the election serve as a liable thing to God, I lost my track of thought between the party and the White House. Yeah, and as the primary spokesperson for the committee, the chair tries to manage the party factionalism. Yeah, I wrote this in one of my books. I've been doing a little bit of research in the past couple of days. Negotiate disputes between candidates, raise money, and prepare for the next presidential election. Now, the National Committee usually elects a new chair after every electoral defeat, meaning, which is kind of strange because how the election works, it's not by majority vote. It's by whoever wins the electoral votes. Such as, for example, the 2016 election, Trump won the electoral, though Hillary won the popular, but how our government works, apparently, for the election for the president of our country, Trump wins because he won the electoral. Yeah. Crazy crap there. Yeah. Anyway, the National Committee usually elects a new chair after every electoral defeat, while winning the White House is the major goal of the National Party Committee. Winning congressional elections. Winning congressional elections is the goal of the the congressional and senatorial campaign committees. My bad. Yeah, and which are composed of senators and representatives chosen for 2-year terms by their fellow party members in the Senate and the House of Reps. Reps meaning representatives. And by what I mean 2-term, like last time I checked, I don't think there's any maximum amount of terms they can be elected or re-elected for or serve as. It's just like every 2 years they do the congressional, the election for Congress, which is Senate and House of Representatives. And I learned this pretty recently. Apparently they do that the year of the presidential election as well. So even though we got the presidential election, they still do it every 2 years, regardless. Yeah. And the party leadership appoints the chairs of these committees. Yeah. Anyway, divided government is another concept. It is a government in which the president is a member of one political party in at least one chamber of Congress, which is either the Senate or the House of Representatives. And whichever one for example, if it's Congress, if it's Senate, their party is representing. House of Representatives, that's the opposing party. Okay? And divided government is a frequent historical occurrence working to discourage radical changes in policy and to motivate politicians of both parties to compromise on proposed legislation, which is basically that way one party doesn't dominate. Even though we got president, it's like divided government is not it's trying to make sure one political party doesn't dominate over the other and kind of make it equal. Hence, dominance. Divide. Divided government. Now, I've been asked a few questions from my peers between the difference between liberals and conservatives and how they affect Congress and policy making. To me, divided government influences which issues are on the congressional agenda, as well as the outcome of proposed legislation, to the extent that the president and members of the major party in Congress support some issues instead of others. Other issues arise when control of government is divided rather than unified, often leading to a high level of partisan conflict and the stunting of proposed legislation. And now I'm gonna get into the two-party system of the United States. Now, the two-party system was not, the political parties were not, political parties in general was not envisioned by America's founding fathers, but they gradually took hold as the electorate expanded. By the late 1820s, two political parties, the Democrats and the Whigs, dominated the U.S. political system. However, by the 1850s, a third political party called the Republicans gained widespread popularity because of its opposition to slavery. And since 1852, every U.S. president has been either a Republican or a Democrat, which kind of basically leads us to the two-party system. Now, Democrats and Republicans. Okay, the Democratic Party of the United States is one of the nation's two major political parties. Often referred to as the party of the people, the Democratic Party has traditionally been associated with its commitment to support immigrants, blue-collar workers, women, and minorities, a reputation due to in part to President Franklin D. Roosevelt and his New Deal social programs. Democrats tend to take a more liberal stand on society's issues and believe that the federal government should take a more active role in people's lives. Now, on the other hand, the Republican Party is the other major political party in the United States. Now, the Republican Party is also referred to as the GOP, although the acronym's meaning has changed over time. I mean, in 1875, I want to say, GOP stood for the Gallant Old Party. In 1876, it was referred to as the Grand Old Party, and during the 1964 presidential campaign, it was just called Go Party. And during, it's changed over time, but back to topic. The Republican Party tends to take a more conservative stand on issues, maintaining that the federal government should not play a major role in individuals' lives. Most Republicans, they even favor lower taxes and less government spending on social programs, as well as less government intervention in business and the economy. So, I hope you guys liked this video. Tell me what you guys thought in the comments. And I'll see y'all next time. Out.